Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to you. 5 mountain passes, 4,000 metres of vertical gain. The riders won't be taking it easy today. Talents as a climber are essential for aspiring stage winners, but descender skills won't go amiss either.
Right, lads. You've got plenty on the plate today. There's not a flat kilometre in it. You can't even let up on the way downhill. You'll have to stay focused. Do your best. Good luck.
There's an acceleration.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Attack at the head of the peloton. There's a new acceleration. Attack at the head of the peloton. For the moment, any breakaway has drawn a blank.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Here we go! Come on, guys, go, go!
It's not over. There's a counter-attack.
Allez les gars, courage! Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Come on, guys!
Ouais! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars!
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Lâchez rien, allez!
The breakaway can't widen the gap.
Allez les gars! On continue comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage!
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
Allez les gars!
On continue comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage!
Bravo, courage, on continue!
Courage, on continue! Allez les gars, courage!
The others are fed up because you're not making enough effort. They'll no doubt try and drop you.
Bravi ragazzi! Non mollate! Forza, continuate!
It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
Nobody left on a breakaway. It's not over. There's a counter-attack.
The leader has got his team riding early to manage the time gap.
Li voilà! Non mollate!
1 minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
Continuez comme ça, allez, allez.
Allez, courage, on continue, les gars.
Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez, les gars.
With 3 stage victories and a 3rd place in the general classification of the Tour of Spain, Tadej Pogacar is the revelation of 2019 when it comes to stage races. He's one of the up-and-coming riders in world cycling.
Sei il migliore!
Courage, on continue.
Allez, 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 les gars! Courage!
Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça.
Sei il migliore!
Et voilà!
Sei il più figo! Courage! Sei il migliore! Allez, les gars!
Allez, les gars, allez.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Ragazzi, coraggio.
Bravi ragazzi!
Courage, on continue.
Allez, les gars.
The intermediate sprint is in a few kilometers. It's probably the last time the sprinters will see the front of the peloton. After that, it will be a succession of mountain passes without let up until the finish.
Allez, courage, les gars.
Allez!
Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Allez les gars!
Lâchez
Courage!
rien, allez, allez, allez.
The first riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
Allez, courage, on continue.
Allez, les
Continuez
gars.
comme ça.
Bravi ragazzi! Grandissima vittoria! Sei il più forte! Non mollate! Forza ragazzi, continuate! Non mollate! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Sei il migliore!
Bravo, courage, on continue.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind.
Sei un mito! Sei il migliore!
Allez, les gars, courage.
Non mollate! Sei un mito!
Lâchez rien.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Dai, dai, forza!
Mitico! Forza!
Allez!
Continue comme ça! Vai,
Non mollare!
Coraggio,
Continua
dai!
così!
Dai, dai, forza!
Ouais!
Vai! Sei un mito!
Allez, vas-y!
Courage, continue! Lâche rien!
Allez, plus vite!
Bravo! Dai, migliore!
Allez, on a tout!
Mitico, più
Allez!
veloce!
Non mollare!
Forza!
Ouais!
Più veloce!
Vas-y!
Dai,
forza!
Allez, allez!
Allez,
Allez, allez, allez!
Go, go!
Allez! Go! Up, up, up! Come on, come on!
Nachlassen! Allons!
Attack at the head of the peloton.
Ouais! Allez!
Bravo!
Hop, hop! Allez, c'est bon!
Continuez comme ça! Bravo les gars, allez-y, allez-y!
Continue comme ça!
He wants to be in front for the combativity classification.
Allez, les gars, courage! Allez, les gars!
Here we go! Here we go! Allez les gars, super! Keep going!
Ragazzi, continuate!
30 seconds lead.
Bravo, bravo! Allez les gars, keep going! Here we go! Here we go! Go, go, go!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Go, go, go! Here we go! Here we go!
Grandissima vittoria!
For the moment, any breakaway has drawn a blank. There's an acceleration.
Allez, foncez, bravo, bravo les gars! Sei il più bravo! Sei un mito! Forza, continuate! Forza ragazzi!
A teammate is beginning to lose touch.
Nobody left on a breakaway.
Bravo les gars! Non mollate!
There's a new acceleration.
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Bravi ragazzi! Tenete duro! Sei un mito! Grandissima vittoria! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Bravo, bravo! Forza, continuate!
Allez, les gars! Courage! Lâchez rien! Allez!
Allez les gars!
On continue! Bravo, les gars! Continuez comme ça! Lâchez rien!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite!
Ouais!
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go! Allez, on y va!
Allez les gars, courage!
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
Allez, les gars!
Allez les gars, c'est bien! C'est bien les gars, allez, allez!
Ouais!
Youhou! Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars!
Bravo, les gars! Allez, les gars! Courage!
Allez les gars, courage!
Courage! Hein. On continue! Courage, on continue! Ouais!
Allez les gars!
Continuez comme ça! Courage, on continue! Allez, les gars! Courage!
Allez les gars! Bravo, bravo!
Continuez comme ça!
Forza, continuate! Tenete duro! Grandissima vittoria!
Allez les gars!
Li voilà!
Lâchez rien!
On y va! Non mollate!
There's an acceleration.
Oui, allez, foncez, tenete duro! Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Bravi ragazzi! Grandissima vittoria! Tenete duro!
Continuez comme ça!
Continuez comme ça! Les voilà! Allez, les gars! Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça,
Forza
les gars!
ragazzi, coraggio! Tenete duro!
Watch out for him in the mountains. He may be young, but he's already proved that he can compete with the best. It's not over. There's a counter-attack.
Lâchez rien, les gars! Allez!
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go! Allez, on y va!
His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out.
You should get his teammates to ride hard behind you. It might be a little too early to attack, unless you mean to toughen up the race.
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Here we go! Come on,
The breakaway can't widen the gap.
Non mollate! Forza ragazzi!
Allez, les gars!
Forza ragazzi, coraggio!
Allez, allez!
Allez, les gars, courage.
Les voilà! Allez les gars, courage!
Continuez comme ça!
Continuez comme ça. Mais voilà, les gars. Ouais. Allez, les gars, courage.
Bravi ragazzi!
Bravo, les gars.
Bravi ragazzi!
Allez, les gars.
Continuez comme ça! Grandissima vittoria!
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
Non mollate! Tenete duro! Forza, continuate! Forza ragazzi!
The Cormet de Roselend is a first category climb. The first one to the top scores 10 extra points towards the mountains classification. He'll then have to keep a clear head on the descent towards Beaufort because it's technically challenging.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
It's not over. There's a counter-attack.
Continuez comme ça.
Tenete duro! Non mollate! Bravi ragazzi!
Allez les gars.
Allez, les gars.
Continuez comme ça!
Continuez comme ça.
You should get his teammates to ride hard behind you. It might be a little too early to attack, unless you mean to toughen up the race.
Continuez comme ça!
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up. Change at the top of the provisional general standings. The leader's team will have to make its mark.
Allez plus vite. Allez,
Here's the positions over the last climb.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. When going downhill, the aerodynamic position is useful to increase speed without expending energy. Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have team comm.
Whether on mountain stages or on hills, he's to be taken seriously as he climbs well.
The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy to attack. The yellow jersey is 1 minute 30 away from you.
He's one of the favourites for the race and the undisputed leader of his team. Watch out for him. With his ruler climber profile, Maximilian Schachmann is a young German rider with plenty of promise when it comes to the general classification and stage races. He may aim for a place in the overall standings, but his manager could ask him to devote himself to the other team leader if his own performance is below expectation.
Bravo les gars!
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Vai, sei un mito! Forza ragazzi,
Allez les
continuate!
gars!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Lâchez rien, allez!
Forza ragazzi, continuate!
The front of the race is now onto a new first category climb, the Col de Saisies. Again, it's a long ascent of more than 15 kilometres on a slope whose average is over 6%.
les gars, courage. Allez les gars, les voilà.
He's no longer virtual leader of the general classification.
Continuez comme ça. Allez, on est avec toi.
Allez, on lâche rien.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Allez les gars. Bravo les gars.
Allez, les gars.
Allez les gars.
Courage, on continue.
Allez, continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien, allez.
Lâchez rien.
Allez.
C'est bien.
Les voilà. Allez les gars, courage. Continue comme ça.
Allez, 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 les gars. Courage.
Papa, allez, allez, allez.
Allez les gars, courage. Bravo les gars.
It's the leader's team that's taking on the chase of the breakaway.
Allez, les gars. On continue comme ça. Forza, ragazzi, coraggio. Non mollate. Tenete duro. Bravo.
Lâchez rien.
Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien. Allez les gars. Allez les gars. Allez le gros.
Allez, les gars.
Bravo les gars. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez, les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Allez, allez les gars, courage.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Bravi, ragazzi.
His teammates are managing the time gap to allow you no more of a lead, probably with their eye on the overall standings.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
Change at the top of the provisional general standings. The leader's team will have to make its mark.
Tenete duro.
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars. Ouais. Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Bravo, bravo.
Continuez comme ça. Allez.
C'est bien, les gars. Allez, allez. Grandissima marcia, continuate. Bravo. Forza, ragazzi, continuate.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez, les gars, courage.
Lâchez rien. Plus vite, les gars.
Grazie, ragazzi. Mitico. Tenete duro.
Go, go. Allez, on y va.
Forza,
Allez le gros. Continuez comme ça. Bravo les gars.
Allez, courage les gars.
Bravo les gars.
Allez les gars.
Continuez comme ça.
Sei un mito.
Continuez comme ça.
Vai, campione.
Courage, on continue. Lâchez rien. Allez.
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
Allez comme ça. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
The next summit is ranked first category. The first 6 riders will score 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point towards the best climber classification.
Comme ça. Allez.
Allez, les gars, courage. Allez, les gars, continuez comme ça.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings. Yellow jersey is 1 minute 30 away from you.
Allez, courage les gars.
Plus vite, plus vite.
Bravo.
Ah, plus vite sur les pédales.
Allez, fonce. Dai.
Ouais, on y va.
Forza. Dai, forza.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
Allez. Youhou.
Continue comme ça.
Allez.
Allez, vas-y. Allez, fonce. Vas-y, oui. Allez, vas-y.
Allez, plus vite.
Allez.
It doesn't seem to be a good day for him. He's being distanced. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Vai.
Allez, vas-y, continue. On te suit. Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Allez les gars, courage.
He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standing. He goes to the top of the climber standing. Here's the positions over the last climb.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Allez, vas-y, continue.
Allez les gars, courage.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio.
Bravo les gars.
Courage, on continue.
Bravo les gars.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Bravo les gars.
Et voilà. Courage, on continue.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings.
Forza ragazzi, continuate.
10
And a new ascent begins, the Col des Aravis. More than 10 kilometers of climbing awaits the riders. The first 5 kilometers shouldn't trouble the peloton. It's only thereafter that the percentages begin to hurt.
Allez les gars, continuez comme ça. Allez.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars.
The breakaways passing through the feed zone.
Bravo les gars.
Continuez comme ça. Lâchez rien. Allez. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars.
Allez.
Les voilà.
Allez les gars.
Forza ragazzi, continuate.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça. Allez le go. Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars. Continue comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
Sei il migliore. Forza ragazzi, coraggio. Forza ragazzi, non mollate.
Allez les gars.
Bravo les gars, c'est
On y va,
bien.
on y va, on y va.
The first rider over the top of the pass will pocket 5 points for the mountain standings.
Continuate, non mollate. Bravo, bravo. Forza
Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars. Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
grandissima vittoria.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
Tenete duro.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton. The leader of the general classification does not necessarily have to attack. Depending on his lead, he can simply follow attacks and counter at the very end of the stage.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Continuez comme ça. Bravo les gars.
Allez, courage les gars.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Courage, on continue.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Vai, vai! Coraggio, dai! Vai, 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 vai!
Allez, allez, allez.
Allez, vas-y. Bravo. Allez, allez, allez.
Plus vite. Allez, allez, allez.
Plus vite.
Più veloce! Non mollare! Non mollare! Vai, vai, vai! Vieni duro! Vai, 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 vai!
Forza!
Plus vite. Allez, allez, allez.
Come on, come on.
Forza! Sei il migliore!
Continue comme ça. Allez, allez.
Vito! Coraggio, dai!
Vas-y. Plus vite.
Più veloce! Stabile! Non mollate!
Courage. Oh, continue.
Forza! Continuate! Sei il migliore! Grandissimo!
Allez, les gars, courage. Continuez comme ça. Allez, lâchez rien. Allez, les gars.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
The lead rider has 1 minute 30 on the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
Bravo, bravo! Allez les gars, courage!
Courage, on continue.
Courage, on continue!
Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez, les gars.
Allez les gars! Forza!
Bravi ragazzi! Sei più
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez-y, allez-y!
Allez, les gars. Continuez comme ça. Allez. Bravo, les gars.
Continuez comme ça!
Lâchez rien, les gars. Allez, allez, allez.
Forza ragazzi, coraggio! Non mollate! Forza ragazzi, continuate!
Continuez comme ça. Allez, les gars, continuez comme ça.
Watch out! The yellow jersey is trying to get away. We mustn't let him.
Allez les gars!
Grandissima vittoria!
Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Continuate!
Oh, les gars.
The leader was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings.
The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front.
Vittoria!
The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
Come on guys.
Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça.
If the Plateau de Glières climb is very steep, an average slope of over 11%, it's also atypical with its narrow road and gravel summit.
Come on, guys! Go! Come on, guys!
Super! Keep going!
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Continue comme ça. Allez les gars.
Guys, after the summit, the road doesn't come down straight away. You'll be onto an untarmacked surface that climbs gently for 2 kilometers.
Allez les gars, courage. Continuez comme ça.
Non mollate.
Forza ragazzi.
Allez les gars, continue comme ça.
Les gars! Bravo les gars!
He takes the virtual lead of the overall standings.
Allez les gars! Mais voilà! Comme ça! Allez! Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Continuez comme ça!
Here we go.
Bravo les gars.
Allez les gars!
Go, go, go. Come on guys, go, go.
Even though the summit is relatively far from the finish, some could use this climb to turn the screws on their opponents. A rider could even try to go solo, because there's not a flat kilometre all the way to the line.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars! Bravo les gars!
Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars!
Duro.
Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Bravi ragazzi.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, continue comme ça.
Continuate.
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars.
Tenete duro.
Allez, courage, on continue.
Ragazzi.
Allez les gars.
Non mollate.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va. Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Allez, lâchez rien! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars! Ouais! Lâchez rien! Allez! Les
On continue comme ça les gars. Allez les gars, courage.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Bravi ragazzi. Allez les gars, c'est bien. Non mollate.
Lâchez rien! Allez!
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars.
Super, keep going. Here we go. Here we go.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
Continue les gars! Courage, on continue!
Allez les gars. Courage, on continue.
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars!
Allez, courage les gars.
Allez les gars! Plus vite! Plus vite! Plus vite!
Allez, allez, allez.
Continue vite!
Drive, drive. Vas-y.
Continue comme ça!
Allez, on y va.
Here's the positions over the last climb. You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
Pushing.
Allez, allez. Non mollare, continua così.
Allez.
Allez, on lâche rien! Allez! Fighter!
Oui, encore.
Allez, courage, on continue.
Lâche rien.
Allez, fonce.
Fighter!
Allez, vas-y, continue.
Vas-y, fonce.
Bravo les gars!
Tenete duro. Mitico. Forza ragazzi, continuate. Vai, sei un mito.
Da kommen sie!
Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars! Les voilà! Allez! Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars! Courage! On continue!
Forza ragazzi.
We're off. The man at the front is into the final climb.
Bravo, bravo.
Forza ragazzi, continuate.
Les voilà!
The Col de Fleury is neither very long nor very steep. However, if a rider manages to make it over the top alone, even with a small lead, there's a good chance that he could make it to the line on his own.
Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Haltet euch ran!
Allez! Continuez comme ça!
Oui, allez, allez,
Ouais! Lâchez rien!
Forza ragazzi, continuate. Forza ragazzi, coraggio. Mitico. Tenete duro. Vai, campione.
Les voilà!
Sei il più figo.
Continuez comme ça!
Allez, les gars.
Come on, guys, go, go.
Allez, courage, les gars. Allez, plus vite.
Continuez comme ça! Allez!
Allez, les gars. Allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Continue! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Allez, les gars.
Forza ragazzi, continuate! Forza ragazzi,
Courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Bravo les gars!
coraggio, continuate!
Les gars, continue là, plus vite, plus vite.
Continuate! Andiamo, allez!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
10 kilometres from the finish. It's looking good for the man at the front. I don't see how he can be caught now.
Allez les gars, courage!
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, continue là, plus vite, plus vite. Lâchez rien.
Bravo!
Allez, vas-y, force.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
Go on. He will finish alone and will soon be able to raise his arms. Last kilometre.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
Vas-y, oui, oui. On te suit. Allez, on attaque.
Plus vite, plus vite, plus vite!
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
Gentlemen, applaud him loudly. Here is the winner of the Meribel, La Roche-Sur-Foron stage, Jakob Fugenson. He found a way to master his rivals in order to raise his arms in victory. Congratulations to him for this high-flying performance. He is in sparkling form, and you can clap him loudly. Here is the yellow jersey of this Tour de France. Jakob Fugenson. The moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostess. Here is the green jersey of this Tour de France. Second. It is a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more. He tops the standings and will receive the traditional honor. Here is the polka dot jersey of this Tour de France, Jakob Fugenson. Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future, but for now he can relish the moment. He is in sparkling form, and you can clap him loudly. Here is the white jersey of this Tour de France. It is a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more.
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I was expecting to see you towards the front, but not necessarily on the podium.